Joe, congratulations, a seesaw game, but you've come through it. Just sample the emotions for us right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, to be honest. I felt like I was a better player the whole way through, but I thought every chance that I probably gave Darryl, he took, and I just thought, at the end of the match, don't have any regrets, and don't think that I've gave the game away. But yeah, I think there was a point in the fourth set. I think it was to go one apiece. I think, if correct me if I'm wrong, and he missed 3 clear, and then I went on from there. And yeah, it was a really, really strange game. I was expecting Darryl to get off really well, because I think that's what put him in good stead against Michael the other night, and he struggled. If I'm honest, I was surprised, because Darryl's a big double 18 hitter, and he was missing double 16 a lot, and I was surprised that he persisted with it, to be honest.
We've seen you have amazingly eye-catchy games in big TV games, but is it nice to scrap to a victory like this, just to get that confidence back up, and different parts of your game are now working other than the eye-catchy stuff?
Yeah, honestly, if I'm perfectly honest, you've hit the nail on the head there, Phil. I think I would have preferred that rather than looking $1 million, because I've been working on a few things, and you don't know until you're under it whether it actually will play out like you expect it to. So yeah, it did tonight. I thought I played well at the right times. At the risk of sounding like Van Gogh, I had the right things at the right times. But yeah, obviously I'm over the moon to get the win.
What is it about this tournament that seems to bring the best out of you? Semi-final last year, and then coming here in no form, as you said, and now in a quarter-final. What is it about this format that seems to bring the best out of you?
Not necessarily the format. I think I find my best stuff on TV. It's gone full circle in my career. I've been playing a long time now, so it's been stages in my early career where I played my best stuff on the floor, and then maybe I let myself down on TV. And I think it's gone full circle. It's the opposite way around now. I've come into this with no form, but I've put things in place, and I'm confident. I feel like no one can beat me. I might look silly at this tomorrow, and Dimitri or Dave will be sat here where I am, but the way I feel in myself, I feel like no one can beat me.
Joe, many congratulations.
Nice one, cheers, Phil.
Joe, we saw a big reaction from you at the end of the second set when you hit that double 3. How important a moment was that in the context?
Yeah, it was massive. I think, regardless of how you're playing and how you're feeling, I think if you go 2-0 down in a race to 3, it's a long way back. So yeah, that's why I obviously didn't expect it. I love double 6, and I expected to hit it first or second dart, and when it went inside, and obviously at the double 3, that's why the reaction was there. It was more relief than actual celebration.
Do you feel like the things that you've been working on recently are really starting to come into fruition already?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think it's the old one. A lot of the darts is in your mind. Everyone's got the ability. It's how much you want to nurture it, and how much work you want to put in. But I think I've got more ability than most. But I've not really put the work in, if I'm perfectly honest. So I've been putting the work in, and I've been trying to do different things, because you get players that go, "Oh, this is what I've always done," and you're like, "Well, you're number 73 in the world. Not what you've always done, but if you want to progress, you need to maybe change." And I think a lot of people have a little bit afraid of change. So I've tried to put things into place and try to change certain things just to try to better myself.
You seem ultra relaxed, even more so than normal, and look like you're enjoying it up there. Is a relaxed Joe Cullen a dangerous Joe Cullen this week?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I won't talk about myself in the third person like some people do. But yeah. Honestly, I feel good this week. But I think the best thing is, I know it may sound trivial to you guys who don't follow rugby league. I'm thinking to myself, if I lose, I can go to the grand final. If I don't, then great stuff. I've earned a few quid, and I'm still in the Grand Prix.
Cheers, Joe.
Nice one, cheers.
Joe, you talked the other day about the changes you're making sort of off the board to try and enjoy and try and grasp sort of your time in darts a little bit more. Do you think that adds pressure or takes some pressure away in those sort of moments?
No, I think it takes pressure away. I think in other sports, like certain aspects are just the norm, whereas darts it's not. So yeah, I've tried to maybe go a little bit out of my comfort zone and do different things that I don't think many dart players are doing. But yeah, and I think I've got the mindset, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and no problem. I've tried, it didn't work, no problem, we'll move on. But I think it's working at the minute. You know, it might not always be like this, but I think particularly the way I've been playing this year, to come to a TV event and, you know, I know I didn't play great tonight, but in my eyes, I showed some grit and some bottle. So, you know, that's sometimes a lot more pleasing than, you know, the glitz and glamour stuff.
Do you think it could become the norm down the line that players are turning to different sort of techniques and different ways to try and...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's one of those. It's, you know, if you're Tiger Woods, he's got a coach. His coach isn't better than him at golf, but he can see certain things that I've not got a coach, by the way. If that's where you're going. But no, it's one of those. It's like I say, Tiger Woods is probably one of the greatest golfers ever, and he's got a coach who's telling him where this and this is going wrong, and this guy can't play golf. He's not to Tiger Woods' standard, so it's about sort of not necessarily swallowing your pride, and you know, it's about accepting help. Sometimes, you know, certain people can see different things, so that's the way I've looked at it. And like I say, I'm not going to get carried away. You know, I've had a couple of good games, and I'm not going to get carried away. But it seems to be working at the minute.
Cheers, Jack.
Nice.
George, just on those changes, because I think other people like Stephen Bunting and Richard van der Berg look outside of darts to try and improve their game. Have you looked at other players and decided that could also help you, or is it just?
No. If I'm honest, I've looked at other sports. Darts is one of those things where it doesn't even get passed off as a sport sometimes. But you know, if you look at, like as I just said there in the previous interview there, if you look at top end sports, you know, Tiger Woods, Roger Federer, some guys telling him, not going to tell him how to swing a racket, but Roger Federer's run the best ever. So there's elements that certain people can see that you might not see yourself. So I think if you're ignorant to the fact that you can't sort of accept help sometimes when certain people can see different things, then I think that it'd be to your detriment in the end. So yeah, I've looked elsewhere.
And why is it now that you've decided to look elsewhere? Is it just the form? Why not 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
No, because I've been that's why. I've been playing absolute yeah, that's why, to be honest. I've had dips in form before in the past, but it's lasted sort of a few weeks. This one's sort of, you know, carrying itself on. So, you know, I've had things going away from darts, but so have other players. So I'm not going to sort of heap everything on that and look for that as an excuse. So yeah, I've been rubbish most of the year. You know, I've had a couple of good results here and there, but you know, it's not what I am. You know, I've set myself high standards, particularly over the last 4 or 5 years, and I've dipped from them standards. So I want to get back to where I think I belong.
And in the past, you've won the Masters, been in a Premier League final. With everything that you have been through, how special would a real deep run here mean to you?
No, I don't. I want to win it. I want to win it, if I'm honest. You know, I came here thinking, if I'm honest, get over the first game because Chris is a tough draw, and then I think my mindset changes then from get over the first game to go and win it. You know, I'm not happy with the quarterfinals. I think I've got the ability to win it. I don't think there's anyone in the tournament left in that is miles above me. Specifically with the double start, I think it's a massive leveler, and I think that I've got off really well in most of my games. So I don't think anyone's, you know, streets ahead of me. I think I've got the ability to win it.
Joe, huge well done. Thank you.
Nice one, thank you.